Hi, this is Jeremy Moskowitz, and in this video I'm going to show you the current state of affairs when it comes to the strange unapplication of Chrome settings. So we have two Chrome packs. They're ostensibly the same at this point. They started off life a little different, but they're ostensibly the same. I'm going to demonstrate what happens if you try to remove settings. I'm going to show you also how to work around it. So very often people will get started with the Chrome pack, and I'm going to just set two arbitrary settings here and show you what happens. So let's say you want to show the home button and always show the bookmark bar. And if you right click, you'll see that by default, in fact it's not changeable, it says it will delete this setting when it is no longer applied. And if you also right click this, you'll see this setting is the same way. I'm just pointing that out for right now. When you click OK here, let's go ahead and go to our endpoint and log on for the first time here. Let's go ahead and run Chrome. And P.S. I will tell you that if you're going to be doing these tests, one of the things you might want to do is either through PolicyPak or temporarily at least, you want to not let Google Chrome run in the background, because if you run GP update, it won't actually update the settings. In fact, that is changeable inside the pack. I might as well just do it now and get it over with, because it's actually a very good setting to have on there. And that's in advanced. And then here we go. I want to uncheck continue running in the background. Okay, so what I want to do is show you, if I take a look at settings here, and it might not have taken effect. Oh, okay, there we go. So those are the two settings. Let's pretend now you want to back out of one of those settings. Okay, let's say you want to uncheck show the home button. Fine. Well, you might think that if you go back to the pack here and simply uncheck the show home button, and also right click, always reapply the setting. In other words, underline means go and no underline means don't go. So therefore you would think that, well, you're not setting it anymore. Well, with regards to the Chrome pack as it sits right now, that's not precisely how it works. Let me just prove a point here. I'll show you that it is not going to take effect the way we expect. Go ahead and close this out. Run Chrome. And if we take a look at settings, you can see, it's still set. So what does that mean when it says delete when it no longer applies? Well, regards with the Chrome pack, what we're talking about is this will only revert properly when the group policy object itself no longer applies. So when the GPO itself no longer applies, then it will behave the way you expect. In fact, well, let's go ahead and just see what happens. So let's go ahead and run GP update here. Okay, we'll close this out. Rerunning Chrome. Remember, I had two settings checked. Both of those settings had the flag called delete the setting when it no longer applies. If we take a look at the settings now, well, the second one got deleted, but the first one actually remained. Why is that? Because a couple minutes ago, remember, we unchecked that checkbox and also de-underlined it. So long story short, what you need to do if you need to remove stuff from the pack items here is you would let's go ahead and relink back into it here. Is you would have the settings checked that you want. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So let's check both of them. You'll see that delete the setting when no longer applies is there. Okay. Then what you should do is get all the settings kind of recognized on the endpoint. All right, so now we're redelivering both of those checkboxes. Okay, there they are. And let's say you only want to get rid of this first one. Well, how do you do that? Well, because they're both set right now, the proper thing to do is like this. It's to simply unlink enable the whole pack, the GPO, which will revert all the settings in the pack. Let's go ahead and see that. So now at this point, we're expecting both of those two settings to peel back. Let's go ahead and see if that's true. And it is. And if you only want the first one to be unchecked, well, you go back to the pack, you relink enable your GPO, and you change the configuration now inside the item or the entry. So if we go over to this guy and we don't want this one to take effect anymore, Well, now we're saying goodbye to that one setting. We're leaving this setting in place and we're saying no more to this setting. The net result here will be, when we run GP update, we'll have the one checkbox we want and not get the other checkbox we don't want. Okay. Let's rerun Chrome here. And boom. That's exactly what we wanted. So the point of the story is when you see the setting, when it says delete the item when it no longer applies, we're talking about the pack, not the particular setting. So the whole pack needs to fall out of scope. Now this means you could either make the GPO unlinked, you can move the guy from sales to marketing, any number of things to make it fall out of scope. That's when the Chrome pack will revert itself. And that's the state of affairs right now. We know that it needs some improvement, but we're working on it and it's on our roadmap. Thanks very much, and we'll talk to you soon.